From KETK, you're watching East Texas Live.
Hey there, welcome back to East Texas Live. Joining us now is Christina Davis from Sinclair Law. Welcome back, Christina. So we've already talked about, what you do and the different types of law that you practice over at Sinclair. Today you're going to share some of the more basic knowledge of working with a lawyer. So first, before I come to work with your law firm, I need to know where it is.
Absolutely. So if you have been in Tyler for a long time, we are in the old Yamaha shop. We are right at Broadway and Front Street, that intersection across from the Catholic Church.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. All right, so how do you know when you need a lawyer? Because we see on TV when you get arrested, you call a lawyer, but it usually doesn't happen that way from the experiences that I've observed.
Sometimes people don't know if they need a lawyer. That's part of the question is I have this situation going on and I'm not sure if I need a lawyer. Is there anything I can do about this issue? I think if you have a question and you have an issue, call. It's often worth your time and sometimes your money in a consultation to find out, is there something legally that can be done about whatever problem you're facing?
Yeah, and y'all stress a lot of family law. You do a lot of that, and that's a lot of that gray area where you've been separated for a while and then you've kind of decided that this isn't going to work out. At what point do you know you need to call a lawyer in a family split?
I would definitely say, again, when you get to the point where you have questions, you have come up against an obstacle and you don't know how to deal with it, you're not sure what's best, how you move forward from here, you feel like your rights, your relationships, your property is not being protected, and you just have some questions. It's a good time to talk to a lawyer and see what we can do about moving forward and getting that taken care of.
Is a lawyer sort of a point of no return step in the divorce process, or can you still change your mind at any point?
Definitely not the point of no return. Sometimes people come in simply when they have questions or they want to understand the process. Sometimes we are going through the process. It's active, it's ongoing, and people change their minds. It's not just in divorce cases, but other types of family law cases. You decide that moving forward isn't the best way through for your family, or in the context of divorce, people reconcile. It happens all the time.
Do y'all have an influx of calls in business around this time of the year because family feuds tend to come to a head around the holidays?
Not so much, really, not as much as you would think. We do tend to have the calls, though, that are in emergencies. You've got something that just happened, it's emergent in nature, and we need to jump on it.
Well, I've also read that the divorce season is actually in January, so this might sort of be the setup. Maybe you didn't like what you got for Christmas, or you didn't like how you behaved in front of the in-laws, or has that been your observation in family law?
It has been to some degree. People often, even if they've made up their mind, even together, families have made up their mind to move in a certain direction, they will wait through the holidays. So we do tend to see, family lawyers in general tend to see an influx the first of the year.
What do you do for the people who are worried about, oh, the second I call a lawyer, yeah, they're going to solve some stuff, but there's going to be a big bill that comes with that, and I kind of want to delay that as long as possible?
So definitely talk to the attorney about that, about their pricing structure, how they bill in their cases, what their fees are. Money should be an open door conversation with your attorney, and you need to know what to expect. And often attorneys will work out price plans with you, things like that.
Christina, how do you know if you need to change lawyers? You got a lawyer, you don't think he's performing up to snuff, or she, and you think, well, maybe I at least need a second opinion. At what point do they call you?
Again, that point often, sometimes we have our own clients who will ask us questions, and we'll say, look, if you have questions or you think that there might be different representation out there for you, let us know. I'd rather give you referrals and get you to someone that I trust is going to take care of your case and help you appropriately.
Okay, so if there are family issues, you just heard Christina knows what she's talking about. Sinclair Law, you've been seeing them on the show for a while here. SinclairLawTyler.com. SinclairLawTyler.com.